What's going on, guys? So we are out here on this incredibly humid but absolutely beautiful day, and we're going to go over some of the poll results that I received to some questions that I've asked on my channel recently. If you want to participate in these polls, take a quick second, hit that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I post new polls. And these polls are good for many different things. If you're simply researching what other people, other RVers think before making a purchasing decision, they can be really helpful and informative to you because they can provide answers in a more unbiased way, right? From a larger crowd versus the folks who just leave comments. There's a lot of great information and feedback that can be garnered from comments, but you're only getting that information from folks who are willing to leave comments. And in many cases, the community of people who actually have RVs and use them and have true experience with them vastly outnumbers the folks who leave comments. So definitely take a moment, subscribe so you can get notified when these polls go live, so you can participate in them and you can see what people think about different questions that are asked amongst RVers. Anyways, we're going to go over a couple of them today, and I think it's actually pretty important for you to hear some of these results. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so one of the first poll questions that I asked, and this one was directly related to how people feel about the quality of the RV that they own. The question was, if you currently own an RV, regardless of the year and type, how do you feel about the overall quality and construction of your unit? I said, feel free to post a comment if you wish to highlight the year, make, model, and your opinion, as well as how often you use the RV. Here's the poll results. 8% of folks said amazing quality, no real issues. So that's going to be your top choice for people who are happiest with their RV. 27% of folks said good quality, a few headaches, but solid overall. 36% said okay quality, a few minor quality issues. So from that point all the way to amazing quality, I feel are people who are reasonably happy with the RV that they purchased. They probably got into it, experienced some challenges along the way, but overall they're happy with their purchase. They're happy with the RV that they own. Now, 22% said poor quality, several problems, most minor but a few major. I think that does represent a relatively small number only because of the major issues. Because most folks understand that there's going to be probably a fair number of minor issues, especially the more you tow the RV, but there's going to be less major issues, and I think that's really what tends to grind most people's gears the most, is when they have those major issues. And then 7% said horrible quality, too many minor and major problems to list. Now, this poll consisted of 2,700 votes. So there's 233 comments in this poll. I'm going to go over just a couple of them. So the highest rated comments I'll start with. One of them was from a viewer that goes by TrueTexan7755. He said he went from a 38-foot Monaco motorhome to a Forest River 42-foot fifth wheel. Had some problems with both. Downsized to a Lance 975 truck camper. Built like a tank. Couldn't be happier. The next person was Captain Fantastic 79. Issues work themselves out, but service departments are the major issue, or are a major issue. Manufacturers seem disconnected from doing their best to ensure all dealers deliver quality service to their products. The next person said, and this is Lee Gidwell, 1473. First camper was a motorcycle with a hard saddleback and backrest, strapped down sleeping bags with all the toiletries rolled up. Next came a Ranchero with a canopy and an army tent. Got tired of getting stuck and sleeping on hard ground. Next came an extended cab 4x4 truck with insulated canopy, custom sound system, sold the canopy and purchased a used 8.5-foot caravan truck camper equipped with a porta potty. Traded up to a crew cab 4x4 with fifth wheel hitch and a 30-foot non-slide fifth wheel trailer. Next came a crew cab 1-ton, diesel-powered 4x4 and a 40-foot fifth wheel toy hauler, which nearly killed the truck. Finally traded the toy hauler for a 31.5-foot fifth wheel, which is what they currently are using. If the opportunity presents itself, he'd consider a Class C motorhome and a utility trailer for toys. Biggest problem nowadays is the exorbitant cost of RV parks. Solar is definitely being explored. Y'all stay tuned. Giddy up. Next one is from Rob V4053. JD, this is an easy one. We have owned RVs for decades, buying our first brand new one finally in the mid-90s. Phenomenal quality with one design flaw that the manufacturer completely handled for all owners without issue. Subsequent were all brand new campers too, and were either dealer stock, bought right off delivery or factory order. We progressed right through your list, and our current fifth wheel, a 2020 built in August 19 from a very well-known brand, has had more problems than the sum total of all of our campers, new and used. We are not talking small items under warranty either. We've gotten things addressed, yes, and all because of my doggedness and how you'll never find me signing an NDA. However, I'm in the midst of more repairs now as warranty and goodwill are gone. If I was not able to fully repair everything myself, we'd be in real trouble. We thought this would likely be our last camper, but that's unlikely. I fully agree an RV has to be maintained like a blend of vehicle and home, and I guarantee I maintain ours with equal. But the magnitude and kind of issues in just a little time of ownership is not a matter of maintenance or wear and tear. So he's had a pretty negative experience with his current RVs and a pretty phenomenal experience with his older RVs. The next person, Tim Clausen, 7166. 2021 Coachman 246 RKS. I'm a do-it-yourselfer, so I've been able to deal with all the issues, but if I wasn't, I would have been very frustrated. SC Austin, I have a 2004 Jayco and I'm considering it better built than many new ones. RHOD 8201. I have a 2018 Flagstaff 26 RLWS. Bought it new. It has been kept under cover since day one. I get it washed after every trip and a complete wax job once a year. No issues, well-built unit. And somebody left a comment on there saying, similar here, 2018 Rockwood Signature Travel Trailer, built very well and no real issues, just replaced wear and tear items. Happy with my purchase and Rockwood quality. The next person is Worm 529. Outdoor RV 23 KRS, rock solid build and no issues. And then they got a comment from Pat Dubois. That will most likely be our next RV manufacturer if we decide not to stay in our Torque T26 toy hauler, which we still love. Every RV had issues like cars, houses, etc. Next person, and I'm just going to call this person Dixie, 9052. Outdoor RVs are fantastic. Check out how they build the chassis for each individual trailer on their website. I don't know if that person actually has an outdoor RV or if they just know what the reputation is like. They got a comment that said, would be great if BTBRV actually reviewed outdoor RV. They sell them in Texas now. Zero excuses, even though Texas is twice the size of Germany, so there could be some excuses there. But I am looking to hunt some down and possibly doing a factory tour. So for those of you who want to know a little bit more of outdoor RVs, I might be going over there to film some of their units at some point. Okay, Nathan, I can't really pronounce his last name. Kalinsky, maybe? I'm sure I said that wrong. 3123. I'm a very proud owner and happy owner of a 2018 Keystone Cougar 29 BHS travel trailer. Bought the rig in May of 2022, slightly used. Not much camping went on between 2020 and 2021 because of COVID, and became a seasonal site holder. I truly believe the 2018s and 2019s were the last good years for the most part. 2020, 2022, we all know were COVID units, and 23 and 24 have been years of decontenting. Just my opinion, different strokes for different folks. That's Nate from Buffalo. And then we have Philip 2165. 2017 Grand Design Solitude. No major issues. Build quality is very good. This one's from, I really don't know how to pronounce this, Falls Crim Jager. And my first RV was a 2012 Crossroad Cruiser. Excellent fit and finish, very nice inside. 50 amp receptacle, and the RV actually melted after about a year. An RV tech installed it and no more issues. Or sorry, an RV tech repaired it and no more issues. He convinced me to use a surge protector at the pedestal regardless of how the RV is equipped. The refrigerator failed about 2 months later and we replaced it. The refrigerator was the most likely damaged by the same short that melted the 50 amp plug. Never had another problem with the unit other than routine maintenance. We currently own a 2022 Columbus C. In short, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't. The fit and finish isn't near the same quality, and we haven't made a trip yet which we didn't have to repair or replace something. Everyone tells me it's a COVID fifth wheel, but I strongly disagree. If manufacturers know they have a systemic problem, untrained or inexperienced employees, they should be way out in front standing behind their product and reputation. Cheers to that. Next person was Brian Miller, 2021 Salem Hemisphere 369BL. A myriad of build issues as well as some typical RV issues. Black water flush valve installed backwards, backing behind walls cut short so panels cannot be properly attached. An entire brake assembly fell off on an axle during travel. Wow. Slide toppers pulled loose due to insufficient backing. Factory dealer installed. Screws not fastened beneath the slide so that they could cut into the floor when the slide moved in and out. Slide motor failure in the bedroom. Water line under the kitchen sink. worked loose during travel, multiple fastening screws come loose during travel, fender pulls loose from the body and fell off during travel. Several of these things were expected as part of RV ownership, but it seems like we're lowering our expectations rather than demanding better build standards. Note, this unit was new. Now let's see what else we have here. And then they also said they talked to a Salem Hemisphere rep at an RV show who acknowledged that their issues were beyond what they should have had to put up with. But no one at Forest River or Salem has stepped up to help and do the right thing for the customer. Here's a huge opportunity for manufacturers to help with customers. So what you're seeing here is a lot of people are claiming that certain RVs at certain years are doing really well, and some of them they've had challenges with, especially during COVID. This person has a 2024 Brinkley Z3100. Brinkley has set the bar very high. That's all they put, and that was Orfer Pass. Don't know who that is. Person below that is Watching Videos 4309, who replied to that comment saying, they absolutely do. How long have you had it? How many trips have you had? I'm asking coming from an Airstream, and you tend to expect quality at that price point, but still can find things that weren't at least in mine. The original poster responded, only had it for about 6 weeks. Just started our second full week out, opposing slides making all the difference in comfortable living space, which obviously means if they had a camper without opposing slides, they might have been a little cramped. Next person is Joe Dooley. Hello, JD. Love your channel. 2022 Jayco Eagle fifth wheel. Tons of problems, many fixed on our own, but also a couple huge issues that needed to be repaired under warranty, such as battling to get repairs under warranty. But we prevailed. Entire roof replacement under warranty due to factory not getting rear AC seal sucked down tight. Multiple joist truss required replacement and all new membrane. Entire control node replaced due to circuit failure under warranty. Wish I had bought a Brinkley. Next one is Spooling Turbo Ski. 2016 Airstream has been a dream. Next one is, I don't know what year, it's Danielle Meyer. I have an ORV, which is Outdoor RV, Creekside Series. I personally believe this is one of the best quality built RVs on the market. Hearing a lot of good things about Outdoor RV, and I've heard of them before, so I know that they build good quality units. Next person is Craig Chambers. 22 Venture Sport Trek 333 VMI. Just a couple issues in the beginning that were taken care of immediately. A few things could be better, but great rig overall. Now just standard upkeep. Keep it covered. Take it out about once a month. Next one is Bob Connor 422. Okay, this is a 2021 Solitude, so Grand Design 2930 RL. So far 15,000 miles and had one piece of trim fall off. Been a great camper. That's a pretty good story. Next one is, hey, it's Madame. 22 Coachman Apex Nano. Overall, pretty impressed. I love the Asdel. All right, I'm not going to go through all of these. There are a lot of them, but this gives you kind of a gist and a kind of an idea of the type of responses that I get on my channel, the type of responses I get to polls. Now, keep in mind, again, the vast majority of folks who own an RV feel as if most of the issues have been minor. Most of the issues haven't been extraordinarily crazy. But there are some folks in the 22% range and in the 7% range who've had a pretty bad experience. Now, I'm not saying that the majority rules here. I'm saying that if you have roughly 30% of buyers who are having a very negative experience with RVs, the quality does need to be improved, but also the expectation for what you get for what you spend needs to be improved. If you keep buying cheap RVs and you're expecting those cheap RVs to perform as well as RVs that focus on quality, you're going to be in for disappointment. I hate to say it. I mean, it's just the fact. Or if you use an RV more than what a manufacturer perceives that you might use it, basically, let's say you take it out every single month and you're out for days at a time. Well, if the manufacturers only think you're going to use it 6 to 10 times a year, you're putting enough wear and tear on it that they're likely believing that the stuff that's happening to it is just happening to it out of overuse. And I don't agree with that. I don't. I do believe RVs should have a practical expectation of how often you should use them, because it does make sense. These things are earthquakes, hurricanes, and all that stuff people always say when you're towing them down the road. You have to, at some point, have an expectation that that stuff will impact the structure. And again, if manufacturers are selling to the 90 to 95% of folks who are only using their RV 6 times or less each year, well, they're building an RV that's not designed to really be towed 15, 20, 30, 40 times each year. And if that's the case, and you're going to be using yours quite often, you need to include that as a criteria for looking for your next RV. making sure that the one you are getting has the equipment, has the structure, has the manufacturing, has the care, has the long-term durability built into it, and the manufacturer has a reputation of building a unit that's designed to last more than that very, very low average number of times people actually use their RV in a given year. Because again, if they're building it to the average, you have to keep in mind that they're not building it to folks who are towing these a lot. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, leave a comment below, let me know what you think of this video. Please take a moment, subscribe to the channel so you can partake in these polls as they come out, and maybe your answer will be read on the channel. Again, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.